What's going on, guys? I'm your host from the East Coast, Jinder94, here to bring you guys my WWE Smackdown Live review for February 14th, 2017. We had another very good episode of Smackdown Live. It wasn't the most perfect episode, but it was a very good episode. It blew Raw out of the water, even with the whole Kevin Owens thing that happened. This was a very solid episode of Smackdown. And, I enjoyed it. Time flew by. I didn't even realize that the main event was about to happen until it happened. And, so overall, I'm going to give the show a B. SmackDown is consistently a very solid show. Sometimes they do have, exceedingly good shows. But this one just was a very, standard good show. So I enjoyed it. Let's get into it. So SmackDown Live kicked off with the new WWE Champion, Bray Wyatt. The thing you immediately notice is that, one, Bray looks weird with the title around his waist, and I guess that's just because he's a first-time WWE champion, so we're not used to seeing it, and two, Randy Orton didn't accompany him to the ring. Bray came out by himself. I also say that because, John Cena has invoked his rematch clause, and he wants it for tonight's episode of SmackDown. So the crowd popped for that as well. Bray said that she said it wasn't easy. He was referring to Sister Abigail. He said that she told him they would try to denounce you and steal your gift, and she was right. Sister Abigail has always spoke the truth, and so did he. He knew this day would come, and on this day, right now, he has the whole damn world in his hands. Too much power can be a scary thing. Not for him, of course, but, for everybody, else that's not him. And he said he'll sing beautiful melodies and show them the way. But if they stand in his way, he'll bury them in the fire. And then he welcomed everybody to the era of Wyatt. And that's when John Cena's music hit. Because they had been advertising, including last night on Raw, that John Cena immediately wanted to, invoke his rematch clause. And then I'm just like, doesn't AJ Styles have a rematch clause as well? So, Cena comes out and he wants to see about the era of Wyatt, face to face. So he gets into the ring. The crowd booed the hell out of him because, they wanted to listen to Bray Wyatt. They didn't want to hear from Cena right now. They were more against him than they normally are. Usually it's kind of a mixed reaction, but it was definitely more boos tonight than cheers for Cena. So he gives Bray, respect, of course. He says, he won the WWE Championship. He announces him as the WWE Champion. And then he immediately goes to the burying. He said that Bray has done a good job brainwashing his followers because they were chanting, "You deserve it," to Bray Wyatt. He said, "No man deserves anything around here. They earn it." And he also said that he doesn't have the whole world in his hands. The whole world is looking at that target that's on his shoulders, which is the WWE Championship. Cena said that they should skip, all the talking and do the match right now. And that's when AJ Styles' music hits. And I'm like, okay, AJ is going to come out and say something. Because like I said, AJ has a rematch clause as well as Cena does. So AJ Styles comes out. And he says that if Cena's getting his rematch clause before him, then he's wrong. If he thinks that he's getting his rematch, then he's wrong. He knows that, Cena thinks he can do whatever he wants to do around here, but tonight that's not going to happen. It's not even about Cena tonight. It's about AJ Styles. So, he can get away with it anywhere else in the line of a grocery store or whatever, but it won't be happening tonight. He says, anyway, he's beat him several times. And then he said he knows he can beat Bray Wyatt, so he wants his match right now. And that's when Daniel Bryan comes out, congratulates Bray Wyatt for winning the WWE Championship. And then he says they have a conundrum. Cena and AJ are both owed a rematch, and they've promised the crowd a championship match. They've advertised it. They've already promised them that. So what he said they're going to do, they're going to make a triple threat match for the main event. It'll be John Cena versus Bray Wyatt versus AJ Styles for the WWE Championship in the main event. So crowd went crazy for that. I went crazy for that. They're getting all of their rematch clauses out the way in one match, and it will be in the main event. So I was already hyped up for that match, and that was pretty much all for that segment. We had Dean Ambrose, who was in a very, very bad mood, walking around backstage furious because of what happened to him in the Elimination Chamber at the hands of Baron Corbin after he eliminated him. He obviously has not forgotten what Baron Corbin did to him. So he's just, asking everybody, have they seen Corbin? He's banging on doors. He is trying to hunt this man down. So that's kind of a thing they kind of went with for majority of the night, Dean looking for him. And they continued that in a little while. So we got our first match of the night, which was American Alpha versus the Ascension. American Alpha, coming off their survival of the tag team turmoil match at Elimination Chamber, are in action against the Ascension, a tag team who used to be the 344-day reigning tag team champions in NXT, and now they're jobbers. Completely waste of a call-up. They might as well have just stayed in NXT if they weren't going to do anything with them on the main roster. I know one of them got suspended and whatever, but so did Randy Orton. So I don't even want to hear that as an excuse. But yeah, the Ascension were getting some good offense, which was actually surprising. They started to cut off the ring. They were working over Gable, so they could build up the hot tag to Jason Jordan, which eventually happened, which consists of him suplexing everybody and then taking his straps off like Kurt Angle used to do. The Ascension finally stopped the hot tag and almost got a 3 count on Gable with this double team move they did, but he kicked out of that. They went to set up for the Fall of Man. It got countered, and then they hit the Grand Amplitude to pick up the win. So once again, the Ascension loses. The crowd did not pop for American Alpha, though, and I thought that was kind of strange. I don't know what's going on with the crowd in American Alpha, but they just don't care about them. I don't know. They used to go crazy for them, and now they really don't care. They had a very underwhelming pop. There was a few cheers in the front row, but other than that, the crowd was pretty much dead for most of this match. So yeah, I don't know. But after the match, though, as American Alpha was celebrating their win, the Usos pop up on the screen, and they're backstage or whatever they're doing, and they were just talking about that I guess they're probably going after the tag team championships next. And then they were just like, if you guys are worried or, you start to get goosebumps and you feel like somebody's following you or somebody's behind you, don't worry about it. You're not going crazy. It's the Usos. And it was just a well put together promo or whatever. And they were just pretty much telling them to watch their back because they've injured them once before. Actually, a couple times before, and, even attacked them after the tag team turmoil match last night. So, just watch out for the Usos, because the Usos are coming for them, and they aren't holding anything back. They're coming at them relentlessly. Then we get an update. Dean Ambrose still looking for Baron Corbin, but instead he finds James Ellsworth and Carmella. He pretty much tells Ellsworth to try online dating and to stay away from Carmella because she's using him. And, Carmella's like, James, you gonna let him talk to me like that? And then Ellsworth is just looking at Dean because he remembers what Dean did to him after he screwed him out of the title. He looks at him, and then he stands up to him, literally. Like, he literally stood up on his tippy toes to look at Dean Ambrose like, yeah, I'm standing up for my woman. What's up? And then, Dean is just looking at him like, boy, if you don't just gone. Daniel Bryan pops up and is like, hey, we got a problem here. And Dean was like, please, I need Baron Corbin. I guess Daniel couldn't find him either, so he was like, I know you need to take some frustration out, so you can do it on James Ellsworth. There you go. Perfect. So I guess that set up the next match or whatever, which was supposed to be Dean Ambrose and James Ellsworth. Now, Ellsworth and Carmella was in the ring, and, you had Ellsworth putting over Carmella or whatever, and then Dean's music hits, for him to come out so they could have the match, and Dean doesn't come out. I'm just like, what the hell? And then we see Baron Corbin with one hand dragging Dean Ambrose out of the entrance area by his leather jacket and just staring at James Ellsworth in the ring. And then Corbin proceeds to just start kicking his ass even more. It looks like he already was kicking his ass in the backstage. Brought him out to the main area and was just kicking his ass on the stage. Went for the end of days, but Dean was able to fight out of it for a little bit and was trying to fight back. They started fighting near the production area, and then Dean ran at Baron Corbin, and Corbin caught him and hit him with the deep six. But it wasn't just the deep six. He deep sixed him, and then he tossed him onto the one of the production tables or whatever, and sparks flew out of it as Dean went through it. There's a plate of cookies there that was unharmed, but that's besides the point. Dean Ambrose got thrown through a table and Baron Corbin is just not playing. This is how you book the Corbin. This is how you book him. A monster heel who, even though he's getting called out or somebody's looking for him, he goes and finds that person and, you know, completely gets the upper hand on them and completely does exactly what he did to Dean Ambrose. So after they came back from commercial, oh wait, no, that didn't happen just yet or whatever. But that was freaking awesome. I love how they had the sparks fly out of the table when Dean went through it as well. That was pretty cool. Then we get Daniel Bryan in the office. They're just showing the video package of, you know, Nikki Bella and Natalya again. And Nikki Bella's there. And, you know, Daniel's like, Nikki, this has to stop. And Nikki Bella's like, yo, this not me. She keeps attacking me. I got to defend myself. What you want me to do? And Daniel was like, you know what? I have an idea that you'll like. Natalya popped up behind him and was like, oh, of course you have an idea she'll like. You're a brother-in-law. Of course she's going to get her way either way it goes or whatever. And Daniel was like, no, you're going to actually like it too. And, you know, before he could tell what his idea was, they started, you know, spitting hateful words back at each other, and then they started fighting in the office, and Daniel's like, security! He got security in there to break them apart or whatever. They're still going at it. They're still fighting. Daniel lost it. He was like, you know what? Stop! Just stop it! I'm freaking tired of you guys. You know what? Next week, you guys are facing off in the Falls Count Anywhere match. I don't care anymore. I'm done. He washed his hands of it and walked away. And that was pretty much it. And they were still trying to get at each other, but the security held them apart. So we get a Falls Count Anywhere match next week between Natalya and Nikki Bella, and that's going to be sweet. This is the type of match that they needed. They probably should have had this match at Elimination Chamber, but, you know, I guess they're just trying to put over the fact that even after their match, they're still going to be going after each other. So they need a match of this magnitude in order for them to settle whatever problems they have, because they can't keep their hands off of each other. So yeah, I can't wait for next week. That's already a match set up. I think we got a few more matches set up for next week as well. But after that is when they went to commercial, came back, and Baron Corbin was asked, you know, about what he did to Dean tonight, and you know, he was just like, you guys can't be that stupid to ask me why I did what I did. I'm not the WWE champion. Why? Because of Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose is headed to the hospital. Why? Baron Corbin. Duh. Like, I don't know why they keep asking this man these stupid questions, because it's just so obvious as to why he's doing this. But they just want to go and aggravate the man even more, and he gave them a very sarcastic answer. So that was perfect for him. After that, Dolph Ziggler was asked, you know, is he a sore loser or whatever? Dolph says he's been sore and he's been a loser. But after the pay-per-view, the only two losers were Kalisto and Apollo Crews. And then he started talking about the new era guys and whatever. He said these guys come from the new era. They come from the same sad place, and they think that they can take my spot and replace me. And that's not the case. That's not what's about to happen. This new generation can't steal the show, and no one steals my place. And he said he's going to put all of them in their place. I think Ty Dillinger, this is going to be his way of getting called up. I thought he was going to be called up already, but I guess, you know, they didn't have anything for him right now. So I guess they got to get their story together of exactly what they want to do with him. And I feel like him going after Dolph Ziggler will be perfect. Kalisto and Apollo Crews have come from NXT. So, and Dolph said nobody can steal the show. Ty Dillinger is over. That 10 count, people in certain cities that they go to, they do the 10 count even when he's not there. So I feel like if, you know, they're going to have somebody represent the new generation or whatever in the mid-card areas, they could do it with Ty Dillinger. This could lead up to him in the future getting IC championship matches, but it could get him a meaningful feud to start his main roster run against somebody like Ziggler, who's a great worker. I feel like it could work. And, you know, the dynamic of Ty Dillinger being over and Dolph Ziggler thinking nobody can outdo him would be great. I would love to see it. I don't know about anybody else, but I think it would be pretty good. So, next thing we got after that was Becky Lynch versus Mickie James, a rematch from Elimination Chamber. Always appreciate a good women's match, especially from two women who know how to work, not only well as a whole, but, you know, just well together overall. And they do have great chemistry, and it's just been building these past few weeks. Mickie tried playing mind games in his match early on. She blew a kiss at Becky Lynch. And if you remember back to, her rivalry with Trish Stratus, this is something that Mickie James does to get inside her opponent's head. She tries to play the mind games with them, get them off of their game so that she can take advantage. That's her gimmick. They started off the match in the ring or whatever, started off being technical, and then it, bled outside of the ring, and, it wasn't really much technical after that. They went outside the ring, hit like a double clothesline on each other. Then they, got back into the ring, and, Mickie started to take advantage, and then Becky did. It was kind of back and forth a little bit. Coming back from break, Mickie had the upper hand again, and, once Becky started fighting her back, I think Mickie got knocked off the apron or something like that. To the outside of the ring, and she acted like her shoulder had gotten hurt. She was, just putting over this shoulder. She got back into the ring, and then the ref was checking on her, like, can you still wrestle? Mickie was like, I don't know, my shoulder, it feels like it's separated, just selling. We all knew she was playing, but of course, she was acting like she was hurt. So, the referee had to make sure she was fine or whatever. He was about to get a doctor into the ring. Becky, was trying to check on her too, like, oh, dang, you're actually hurt. But, of course, Mickie James was just playing, and as soon as Becky inched closer to her, she cracked her with the mid kick and picked up the victory. And I love how the ref sold it, though, which was so funny. He was just like, yo, what are you doing? Like, she was pinning her, and the ref didn't start his count. He just looked at her like, yo, like, bro, you just told me you were hurt. Now you're pinning her? What are we doing here? What are we doing? Why are you pinning? What, your shoulder? No? No shoulder. Oh, whatever. 1, 2, 3. And it was over. So the series is tied at 1-1. I figured Mickie would get her win back, considering Becky wanted the pay-per-view. And I just love how the ref sold that, because Mickie was pretending she was hurt. And, she winded up not being hurt. And, the ref he put it over. He was like, yo, you just told me you were hurt. Why am I counting the 3 now? You played me. So that was pretty much how that went. We're probably going to see another match, probably before WrestleMania, with these two, probably ending their feud or whatever. But it was a pretty good match. I enjoyed the technical parts of it, but they didn't do that for that long. So kind of weird, but whatever. Also, I just realized that one of the referees from NXT got called up. I think his name is Danilo or whatever. He hangs out with Sasha Banks and Bayley a lot. He kind of looks like Drake, so you'll know him when you see him. He's kind of one of the newer referees or whatever. I think he called the Bayley and Sasha match at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn the first time they had that match. I think he called that. So he's called some very important matches in NXT, and I noticed that he's on SmackDown now. So that's pretty cool. Glad for him. He's a good referee, and he was the one who sold it. So that's what made me recognize him. Then we had Naomi's Feel the Glow celebration. They jobbed her entrance, which I wasn't a fan of, but then I quickly understood why they did it. Apparently Naomi was injured after her match with Alexa Bliss at Elimination Chamber. I think it's just her knee. She didn't really say what it was until I saw a knee brace on her. And then she said she didn't even realize she was injured until after she had got back to her room that night and, really took it in of what happened and, really soaked it all in. And once she calmed down, she realized she was hurt. She said she fought back from a bunch of injuries, an ankle injury, a broken eye socket, and this small injury won't stop her now. It's taken her 8 years to get the title, and she won't give it up because of an injury. That's when Alexa Bliss comes out. She comes out and says everybody knows that she got lucky by beating her on Sunday. And then she woke up and realized that the pressure of being champion was too much for her. She looked in the mirror and she said she's no Alexa Bliss. So she came up with the injury because she knows the next time that they face off, she won't be walking out with the title or probably at all. She won't be feeling the glow. She'll be feeling the flop. And then she told her she could have a 30 for 30 ESPN special, The Failure of Naomi. And I'm just like, dang, Alexa over here burying this girl. It was hilarious, though. I loved it. She told her she should bring her family to the rematch so that they can see the real women's champion. And then Naomi got pissed at that point. She was like, I might be hurt, but I'm going to still snatch you if you don't stop talking to me like this. You're gonna put some respect on my name. Alexa told her that she'll give her 1 week to heal up. And next week, she'll either be ready to give her the title, just to hand the title over, or she'll snatch the title away from her. So I think they're going to have their rematch next week, if Naomi is ready to go or not. So we'll see how that goes. Now let's talk about the main event. The WWE Championship triple threat match between Bray Wyatt, John Cena, and AJ Styles. They all made their entrances or whatever. Bray came out last. And as he's making his entrance, his entrance is dark. And, the fans have their flashlights on. They call them the lightning bugs or whatever the hell they call them. And, he's walking to the ring. He gets to the steel steps and, blows out the lamp before he gets into the ring. And then he blows it out and the lights come back on and fucking Luke Harper's standing right there. I'm like, what the hell? Why is Luke Harper here? I didn't understand. He was right there and he attacked him. He threw him into the ring apron, threw him into the barricade, and the referees came out to stop him. He was just kicking Bray's ass. Just unexpectedly, I didn't really expect him to be there. He put his hands up like, hey, I'm done. All right, you got me. I'm caught. And then I guess Bray started to run at him and he hit him with a super kick. And that's when he walked away. I'm just like, what the hell? I guess, they're trying to solidify that he's no longer under the influence of Bray. And I just don't know why they did it now. Right before a championship match. I don't know if he's just trying to screw him out of the title or what. But I kind of thought the thing with him and Bray were over. But I'm guessing they're going to have a match in the future. But just bad timing Jones here. I don't really understand why they did it now. But I guess they'll try to explain that in the next week or whatever. So we did wind up having the match, but the only thing that took away from this match for me was the damn commercials. Because after Harper, attacked them, they went to commercial break. We come back right in the middle of the damn action. And, AJ's beating up Cena in the ring. Bray is on the outside. Bray pulled Cena to the outside of the ring, threw him into the steps so him and AJ could go at it. But before he could get back into the ring, AJ hit an outside dive on him. And they were fighting outside the ring for a little bit. Got back into it. Cena was still out for a little while. He got back in there eventually and fought with Bray. Almost fell victim to his sister Abigail. And then this match just turned into the damn finisher show. They were like, screw wrestling. Forget all of that. We're just going to throw finishers at each other and eventually get a 3 count. That's pretty much how this went. So, he countered out of the Sister Abigail. AJ hit a phenomenal forearm on Bray. So, he couldn't hit the Sister Abigail. Then Cena picked up Styles and hit the AA and only got a 2 count. I'm like, dang, it's pretty early for all these finishers, eh? And then Bray, did his creepy little crab walk that he does. And then he hit Cena with the Sister Abigail. AJ broke up that pin attempt as well. And then they go to commercial again, and then we come back, and somehow they're outside the ring, and Bray is just laid out on the announce table. I don't know what happened leading up to that, but Bray was on the damn announce table, and AJ jumped on him with a splash. The table didn't break. The crowd chanted, "One more time!" And AJ got back up onto the thing, and then he leg dropped Bray this time, and this time the damn table broke, because fuck the announce table. That's why. That's when AJ got onto the apron to set up another phenomenal forearm. Cena caught him, hit him with the AA and rolled him up to hit him with another one, but AJ countered that into the calf crusher. Are you keeping along? Because it's a lot of finishers I'm talking about. It's a lot. But of course we know Cena doesn't tap out, so of course Cena fought out of that. AJ got rolled up into the STF, and before he could tap out, Bray came into the ring, hit the rolling senton, and broke up the submission. That's when Bray picked up AJ, tossed him outside the ring, get you up out of here, because we don't need you anymore. And then he set up for the Sister Abigail again, and then, once he turned around after he does this whole, he like hangs on the ropes and upside down or whatever, he turned around, got caught with an AA, and kicked out it too. And I'm like, damn. And I just realized that Cena almost became a 17-time world champion in this match, even though I figured Bray wasn't losing the title. But just the false finishes that they were doing made me realize that. So yeah, Bray kicked out of that. AJ gets back into the ring, hits Cena with a Styles Clash, and of course, only got a 2 count. Then he went for another phenomenal forearm, but he got caught up into the ropes by Cena and turned around. Cena turned around and he got hit with a Sister Abigail, and Bray pinned him 1, 2, 3 to retain his title. I like the fact that AJ didn't take the pin here because he took the pin at Elimination Chamber. So he didn't take the pin. Cena took the pin. They're done with their rematch clause. Bye-bye. See you later. Thanks for coming. So Bray's celebrating his win, celebrating in the middle of the ring or whatever. And that's when Randy Orton's music hit. And I'm like, oh, here we go. It's getting good. It's about to get good. So Randy Orton comes out very slowly and methodically, only the way that Randy Orton can, walks to the ring and gets in the ring. And he has a mic in his hand. He goes and walks up right to Bray, not face to face, but he gets really close to him. And he says that he won the Royal Rumble match and all the privileges that come with it, but Bray is the WWE champion. And Bray looked at him like, yeah, okay, so what's your point here? And he told him that he refuses to face him at WrestleMania for the WWE Championship as long as he's WWE Champion. He pledged his loyalty to him, and he's sticking with it. And then he got down on both of his knees and did the whole Bray Wyatt arms open wide thing or whatever, just pretty much submitting to Bray Wyatt. He said, as long as he's the master, I'm not fighting you. And Bray picked up the mic and was like, you have the keys to the kingdom, man. And then they just, did their whole little celebration or whatever. And that's how SmackDown ended. This is interesting. They're not doing the turn just yet, which I don't think they should. They're going to build up towards it. Because when Randy Orton said that he's not going to fight him at WrestleMania, the crowd booed him. The crowd absolutely booed him. Which means when Randy Orton finally does turn on Bray Wyatt and they finally set up that they're going to fight at WrestleMania, which I'm figuring sometime after Fastlane is over, they're going to do it. That's when the crowd is going to pop. That's when the crowd's going to get hyped up for the match. And that's how they're going to build it. I think this is the right way to do it. Don't stooge it off right now and make the crowd forget about it in 6 weeks when WrestleMania finally does happen. So I like their approach of that. So that was cool. The main event was just, like I said, pretty much a finisher show. But this was a pretty solid episode of SmackDown. Like I said earlier, I'm giving it a B. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. And I can't wait to see, the Falls Count Anywhere match next week, where this Bray Wyatt, Luke Harper, and Randy Orton thing is going, or whatever they're doing with that. Where's John Cena and AJ Styles going to go from here? What's The Miz going to do? Is Baron Corbin going to go after the Intercontinental Championship? Nikki Bella and Natalya, Fall Count Anywhere. We don't know if Naomi's going to fight Alexa Bliss next week. Who knows what's going to happen? I'm just excited to see that. Screw Raw, because Raw sucks, and SmackDown is the A show. So, let me know what you guys thought about SmackDown. Let me know down in the comment section down below how you guys felt about it. Did you think it was a good show, or just an alright show, or was it terrible? Was it great? Let me know. I want to know your opinion down in the comment section. Are you guys excited for next week and leading up to WrestleMania? Are you guys happy that Bray retained his title tonight? What do you think John Cena and AJ Styles are going to do? Who knows? I have no idea what they're going to do. But yeah, I just want to thank you guys for watching the SmackDown Live review. And just your recent support on all of my videos. I definitely do appreciate that. Slap a like on this video if you guys did enjoy. Subscribe if you guys are new. And I want to thank you guys for watching, and I will talk to you guys later. Peace.